Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says it is time for the international community to unite in the battle against the root of terrorism that plagues the world, which he says is radical Islam. The United Nations Middle East envoy Nickolay Mladenov warns members of the Security Council that the ongoing stalled peace process between Israel and the Palestinians and the lack of dialogue between the two parties has increased radicalization on all sides, a reality that threatens the prospects of peace and may lead to a violent confrontation. U.S. Vice President Mike Pence reaffirms his country's support for Israel and emphasizes that even though the U.S. Embassy in Israel has yet been moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, the Trump administration was seriously considering the move. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, during his weekly cabinet meeting, said he held a phone conversation over the weekend with his British counterpart, Theresa May, during which he relayed to the British people Israel's condolences for the heinous terror attack in London. Netanyahu, who advocates international cooperation in the world's fight against Islamic terrorism, urged Prime Minister May to advance in a mutual effort to defeat the core of the issue, which he emphasized was terrorism that rooted in radical Islam.
ביום שישי שוחחתי עם ראש ממשלת בריטניה, תרזה מיי, שלחתי לה תנחומים בשם כל אזרחי ישראל וממשלת ישראל למשפחות של הנרצחים, וכמובן איחולי החלמה לפצועים. אמרתי לה שאנחנו בישראל עמדנו מול פיגועי דריסה ודקירה, ואנחנו מבינים שהטרור שמכה בנו זה הטרור שמכה בלונדון, ומכה בבריסל ומכה בניס ובמקומות אחרים בעולם. זה הטרור של האסלאם הקיצוני, וצריך לפעול יחד נגדו בכל מקום על מנת לנצח אותו הרבה יותר מהר אם נפעל יחד.
The Israeli leader also took the opportunity to thank his British counterpart for a shift in London's diplomatic conduct in the United Nations Human Rights Council, where British representatives declared that unless the world body changes its biased conduct toward a Jewish state, the United Kingdom would consistently oppose all its future decisions.
באותה הזדמנות גם הודיתי לה על הכוונה שאכן מומשה שעות אחדות לאחר מכן במועצה לזכויות האדם, כך קוראים לגוף המוזר הזה של האו"ם, על השינוי בהצבעתם, והרבה יותר חשוב מזה, על הנאום החשוב שניסה שם על ידי נציגי בריטניה. ומה שנאמר שם, שאם ההטיה נגד ישראל תימשך בגוף הזה, אז בריטניה תתנגד באופן עקבי לכל ההחלטות. אני חושב שזה סימן חשוב של הכיוון שאנחנו רוצים לעודד את הקהילה הבינלאומית ללכת בו. אנחנו חושבים שהגיע הזמן להתחיל לשנות את ההתייחסות המעוותת נגד ישראל בגופים הבינלאומיים.
With regard to negotiations between Jerusalem and Washington with regard to Israel's ongoing construction policy on lands the Palestinians demand for their future state, Prime Minister Netanyahu stressed that contrary to media reports on the matter, no agreements were reached with the White House.
בימים האחרונים נפוצו דיווחים בתקשורת על סיכומים לכאורה בשיחות שאנחנו מקיימים עם בבית הלבן באשר לנושא הבנייה בהתיישבות. אני מבקש להבהיר שיש שם הרבה מאוד דברים לא נכונים בדיווחים הללו, אני לא אכנס לפרטים. השיחות שלנו עם הבית הלבן נמשכות, אני מקווה שיסתיימו במהרה.
The disagreement between Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. President Donald Trump came after Washington requested from Jerusalem to hold back on its settlement activity for a short time in order to establish a unified approach between the two countries that would be consistent with the goal of advancing peace and security between Israel and the Palestinians. Meanwhile, at the United Nations Security Council, the UN's Middle East envoy Nickolay Mladenov accused Israel of not taking steps to halt its ongoing settlement construction as demanded by Resolution 2334, which was adopted by the Council after the United States, under the Obama administration, abstained in the vote in its last possible act to influence the Israeli-Palestinian conflict before then President-elect Donald Trump took office. The United Nations envoy to the Middle East, who resides in the world body's headquarters in Jerusalem, warned the council members that the ongoing stalled peace process between Israel and the Palestinians and the lack of dialogue between the parties has increased radicalization on all sides, a reality that threatens the prospect of a viable solution to the decades-old conflict and rather provides tailwind for possible armed conflict.
The continuing deadly violence in Israel and the occupied Palestinian territory during the past 3 months also remains a concern. Recent increase of rockets fired from Gaza towards Israel is also a worrying development. Such potentially lethal provocations are unnecessary, dangerous, and risk devastating escalation. Resolution 2334 calls on all to, I quote, clearly condemn all acts of terrorism, end quote. The continued incitement to violence against Jews emanating from Hamas extremists and some Palestinian groups is unacceptable and undermines trust and the prospects for peace.
Meanwhile, in the Gaza Strip, a senior Hamas militant was shot dead near his home in the Palestinian enclave over the weekend. An assassination Hamas said was committed by Israel, even though it did not provide any proof to the claim. Mazen Fukaha, a convicted terrorist from Israel released in a prisoner swap deal in 2011 and exiled to the Gaza Strip, was, according to Hamas, shot several times by assassins that probably received assistance from Palestinian collaborators in the Gaza Strip.
نحن نعتقد أن هذه هي عملية اغتيال كاملة الأركان بالشكل والمضمون، والمستفيد الوحيد من عملية اغتيال هذا المجاهد لا توجد جهة إلا الاحتلال، والجهات الأمنية تتابع وتدقق في الموضوع. ننتظر ما تسفر عنه هذه التحقيقات، لكن نحن نقول لا جهة مستفيدة من اغتيال أحد مجاهدي الشعب الفلسطيني إلا الاحتلال.
An Israeli military spokeswoman declined to comment on the incident, but a senior IDF official told TV7 that whether or not Israel was behind the assassination, Hamas must understand that whoever seeks to harm the Jewish state and its citizens will not be able to hide. The official emphasized that Israel's security establishment will use all the tools available to it to assure the security of its peoples. Now to Washington, where the annual conference of the pro-Israel lobby AIPAC began last night, during which U.S. Vice President Mike Pence reaffirmed his country's support for the Jewish state and emphasized that even though the U.S. Embassy in Israel has yet been moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, the Trump administration was seriously considering the move.
And under President Donald Trump, if the world knows nothing else, the world will know this: America stands with Israel. And know this, after decades of simply talking about it, the President of the United States is giving serious consideration to moving the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
Israel regards Jerusalem as its eternal and indivisible capital and wants all countries to relocate their embassies to the biblical city of David in show of support for the Jewish state. Nevertheless, with international concerns of possible violent uprisings among Muslims around the world that could destabilize the region, the international community has aligned its position on the matter, in which any final status of Jerusalem would be determined via direct negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians. If the United States, however, under the Trump administration, were to relocate its embassy, it would be seen as an explicit recognition of Jerusalem belonging to Israel, potentially predetermining the outcome of peace negotiations, a reality the Palestinians emphasize would be unacceptable as they demand East Jerusalem for their own capital of a future Palestinian state. Thank you for watching us. Keep praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Jonathan Hessen. Have a Erev Tov and Shavua Tov. We will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.